What's going on? We back with the Boxing Hank. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Shout out to everybody on the Boxing Grind. Shout out to Money Brown TV one time for the one time. And I'm talking about why I believe Demetrius Andrade should be pound for pound number one, or could be pound for pound number one right now. But, you know, some things in his career didn't go the way he wanted it to go. And mentally, he held himself back. You know, I think mentally, and his handlers and his promoter, being third-rate promoters and managers in the game, it really, you know, starts his career. Because he could have went in there, won that belt. He could have knuckled up with Lara, you know, and potentially knuckled up with Canelo, knuckled up with Cotto after that. You know, Jamel fight, he could have beat Jamel at the time, in my opinion. That's before he got with Derrick James. But that was really a 50-50 fight at the time. Jamel is one of the most talented guys. I think that's the only guy at that time, you know, that could have dealt with him at 154 that I think that would have been a close fight. I just think Andrade would have blasted out Canelo. I think he could have beat Lara at the time. He was getting better and better with every fight, you know. He had all the physical tools. You know, he was 6'1", long arms, solid feet, good power, good speed, good IQ, good upper body movement, pretty much good leg. He had the total package. You know, if he could have did that at 54, you know, got a Trout in between there, got a Cotto in there, got a Canelo, got a Lara, you know, did what he did versus Vanez, took care of Jamel possibly if that fight would have happened. Jumped to 160, got that belt from Matt Korobov, and did what he supposed to do, and potentially got multiple belts there, you know, and then be heading into a Triple G fight around right now. Before, I think he could have beat Triple G as well. You know, we never really knew about his chin. I know Vanez knocked him out, but that was more of a flash knockdown, a balance knockdown. But, you know, he seemed pretty solid and fast. He had the total package, the long arms, the understanding, the boxing ability. He could fight on the inside, he could fight mid, he could fight on the outside. This dude was that deal, man. I was a huge Boo Boo fan, man. Until mentally he just fell apart and just basically didn't want to fight no more. Maybe it was the business of boxing that mentally broke him. He thought he was worth more than what he was. But you got to fight those fights to get that money and get that recognition, and that's what those welterweights are fighting out right now. They want that Floyd Mayweather money, but it don't come easy. You know, you got to fight the fights that you think that should be super fights to get to super fights, and put yourself in the cockpit to make those decisions, you know. And I didn't have secret conversations where I thought Andrade at one point would have whooped both of the Charlo twins at the point, because people think Jamal is the best Charlo twin because he's physically imposing, tall, long, 6'2", good boxer. Jamel was the better of the two, and that's who Demetrius Andrade was going to fight. The better of the two, but he pulled out. He was getting a career high payday. Charlo was getting a little bit more, and that kind of messed with his mental. And ever since then, it just fell apart for him. That fight at the end of 2 years ago, November, December, that's supposed to happen, he pulled out. After that, it was over. It was a wrap for the kid. You know, mentally he fell apart. You know, he had offers to move up and fight for Peter Quillen's vacant title versus Matt Korobov at middleweight. He was complaining about the money. And he just thinks he's more worth than what he is. But if he actually would have got in there and competed and fought and stayed active, there's no doubt in my mind this dude, you know, could have beat everybody in his way. Triple G, Canelo, you name him, Jacobs, he could have beat them all. And that's the type of talent that the guy had. And if he would have defeated most of those 75, 80% of those names, he'd be number one right now. It don't take much to be number one right now. Look at Triple G's resume. It's piss poor. Terrence Crawford's resume is average as best. It's not his fault. He cleaned out 40. He pretty much cleaned out 35. Now he's entering that class of fighters that's his own size or bigger, and that's just as talented, if not more talented than him. And now he's seeing his peers as his equal now, and he got to show separation. On paper, they're equals. Now he got to show separation in a physical form to be on top. But like I said, Andrade, if you'd have did that, his resume, his skills, his activity, nobody would have trumped him. He'd be number one right now. It'd be no question in my mind. He should be pound for pound number one, because not only do you got to have, you know, the skills, the ability, the physical, the IQ and all that, you got to have the opponents. You got to have the opponents that pop on your resume. And at the time at 54, Cotto, Canelo, Lara, the Charlo twins, Violence Monterosian, shit, that's about 6 fighters right there. He'd have fought four of those guys, Canelo, Cotto, a Charlo twin, or whoever, and then moved up to 160, got that WBO belt, possibly, you know, got an IBF belt as well, you know, from David Lemieux, you know, or something like that. That's 2 belts, and him and Golovkin could have clashed. It wouldn't have been a Canelo purse for Golovkin, but shit, it would have been a fight, and he could have fought Canelo after that. me say Canelo rebuilt his career or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, with that type of resume, people on your resume and winning all those, is no doubt in my mind. He couldn't nobody say shit about him. Could nobody say nothing about the kid. And everybody with the university recognized him as number one. Now, as it wrote, now it would have been written in stone, but I would have chiseled it in my Fred Flintstone, you know, chisel, and rock. No, that he would have beat all of them. No, but I think he would have a good opportunity to beat them all. But mentally, he never could see himself fighting them because he just think he's worth more money than what he actually was worth. And I really think he was pricing himself out because he didn't really have that self-belief in him. The longer Andrade was out the ring, hurt him the most and the most. And I think he started to doubt. And then now he is what he is now. He's not that young, confident fighter when you come in 5, 10, 15 and 0, 20 and 0. That confident fighter is gone. You know, that confidence is supposed to carry on once you get to the world championship level fighter and you get a title. That's supposed to carry on to the next title, to the next title, to the next weight class. It's like he got that title and just got, you know, fooled. He was just fooled. He wasn't hungry no more. And he thought when he got that title that he was that deal. He thought he was a 6-figure or a 7-figure type of fighter. And he wasn't a 7-figure type of fighter. And when those 7-figure offers didn't come around, it wasn't to his liking, then mentally he fell off, in my opinion. He let the boxing business side of boxing take, you know, the struggle, pull him down and drown him and pretty much drown his career. Now he's basically like a guy drowning at sea trying to grab onto the raft just to survive in a boxing game. You know, because HBO, the network he got a 3-fight deal with, don't even want to pick up the Sergey Shinchenko fight. So they got to look at another network and see if he can get out that HBO deal at least for a fight or completely. And now he's in the position that he in when he could be in a position picking this fight, calling his shots right now. And that's kind of a reflection or an analogy for this. You know, you could have went to school and took the 2, 3, 4 years and put the work in and got out and got a real job and making a lot of money. But you wanted quick money real fast. You wanted to go into the job force and make a lot less money instead of putting in the work in school. And now, you know, you see, you know, trying to work your way up in the real world ain't working. Now you want to go back to school and do it the right way. But if you did it the right way the first time, you know, you would be on top right now. And you weren't being lazy. And it's the same thing when Andrade in his career. That's the perfect analogy. And we got some more shit coming for y'all later. TBC. We out.